Welcome back to My Legacy Garage. We got another Summer Ways pool video for you today. These videos have been super popular and I wanted to take this chance to get a little bit more in-depth with you and give you some examples of what to do, what not to do, all based upon my own personal experiences. First thing I want to talk about, setup, especially sand. Now, they're not going to tell you to do this, and I guess strictly speaking you don't have to, but if you want the pool to live longer than one season, you got to set it up right. And the start of that is a nice bed of sand that you level out with some 2x4s in a buddy so that it's nice and level. You don't want any tip or tilt to this thing. It has to be level. And a nice bed of sand will make sure no rocks or leftover twigs or tree roots or anything like that poke up through the bottom. Something that's really important to consider, the location of the pool. You don't want it under a bunch of trees and where it's going to get a bunch of crap into it. Think about which way the wind blows too. Because if it's right beside a tree, not really under it, but the wind blows past that tree towards the pool, it's still going to get full of crap. Something I did wrong, it wasn't close enough to plug into anything, so I had to run an extension cord out of the shed here, past the junk pile. It's not ideal, it does work, but think about how you're going to plug it in. Anybody who's ever had one of these pools knows that the filter assembly that comes with it, with the cartridge filter, it works, but it's less than ideal. I put a sand filter on. If you want to know how to do that in detail, check out some of the other videos. There'll be a link to the playlist at the end of this video. It's not as hard as you think, and it's really, really well worth it, especially when it comes to vacuuming the pool, which there's a video on that as well. One thing I wish I would have done differently though, got a filter with a timer on it. This one doesn't have a timer. It's on, off, that's it. And it's got a GFI in the plug, which is safe and all, but if you try and put it on a timer, anytime it cuts the power through the timer and tries to turn it back on, it doesn't come back on because it trips the GFI. So yeah, the only way to do it is to come out, turn it on and off manually. The ladders that come with these pools, they work. You can get in and out of it. We still have the original one. They're less than ideal. The feet come off of them sometimes. The kids knock them off. Then you got to worry about the metal poking through the bottom of the pool. I'd suggest upgrading the ladder, especially if you're in a really residential area where other kids can get into your backyard. We leave this in all the time, but we live in the middle of nowhere. If you have potential that somebody could get into it, take it out at night. It's a safe thing to do. As far as chemical care goes, I use this floater and chlorine tabs in there. It seems to work pretty good. I also, once a week, when I vacuum it, put one tab in the Skimmer Basket. As you can see, it's got a chlorine tablet in there that's dissolving through the water, and you want to take this out and clean it every few days, especially if you get any kind of storm or anything and debris gets in the pool. Something to be aware of so you don't get tore up. I have seen wasps build nests up inside those pockets. Pay attention to that, watch for them flying in and out of there before you go walking around the pool cleaning it or you get stung in the belly. This is the second season with this pool. First one with that pump. I used a little battery operated vacuum the first year with the regular cartridge pump and it worked okay, but you'd have to stop like halfway through and recharge it. It really wasn't all that great. Last year when I tried to close it, I discovered keeping a cover on this pool is almost impossible. So I've got a few ideas I'm going to try this year, so make sure you subscribe so that you can watch those and figure out how to close yours as well. Of course, the ideal option is everybody wants an in-ground pool, but that's not achievable for everybody, including myself. So this is a really great, affordable option to pass some of those hot summer days, especially if you've got kids. Thanks for watching. This is My Legacy Garage signing off on another episode. I hope you join us for another.